With a beautiful story, a remarkable reunion 7 decades in the making. Natalie is in Los Angeles with that story. Hey, Natalie.
Back in 1944, that is when an American combat Marine ended up with a family heirloom belonging to a Japanese soldier. And it has now come full circle with that Marine's long journey to give it back.
A gesture of respect for a former adversary, a moment of healing for a grieving family. More than 70 years after battling the Japanese Army in World War II, Marine veteran Marvin Strombo presented the ceremonial flag he found on the body of a Japanese soldier to that man's grateful relatives.
I made a promise to your brother that I would return it someday to the family.
Now 93, Strombo fought with the 2nd Marine Division in the South Pacific.
For some reason or another, we wanted to be the first ones in the caravan, and we just about gave our lives for it.
The memories of those painful days still fresh in his mind.
Kazi was ahead of me about 10 feet, and he turned around and started shooting. And there was 5 Japanese warriors there, ambush. But we got by that.
Shortly after that close call, Strombo came across the body of a dead Japanese soldier. Inside his uniform, a white Japanese flag.
He had it tucked into his coat, and I barely saw it. You know, I knew it was sacred to him and special, but then I realized that if I didn't, somebody else would, and it might be lost forever. So I reached over and took it gradually, and I kind of made a promise that I'd return it.
Through the Oban Society, a nonprofit group that works to bring American and Japanese veterans together, Strombo learned the man's name, Sadao Yasui. And he learned that the flag Yasui carried off to war had been signed by 180 members of his village, including more than 40 members of his family. 7 of those villagers are still alive, including Yasui's brother and 2 sisters. Yasui's family never knew the circumstances of his death until Strombo made the 10,000-mile trip across the ocean to bring his story and his treasured flag back home.
To me, I never did think I owned the flag. It was always there, and I'm just glad I got it back to you finally. It's been a long time.
For Strombo, it feels a bit like destiny, a promise he made more than 7 decades ago, finally fulfilled.
It's almost like he wanted me to find him, you know.
And Sadao Yasui's younger brother said today of the emotional event, "It's like the war has finally ended and my brother has come out of limbo." Meanwhile, the Oban Society, the group that runs the nonprofit that brought these former enemies together, say that they get thousands and thousands of people who have been, like Strombo, veterans who always intended to return the spoils of war back to Japan, who call them yearly, but maybe never get the chance to do that. Guys.
That's a wonderful story.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, Natalie, thank you so much.
Nat.
Coming up next, back to school tech to help your kids do